The Wheaton Woods, a history that goes back farther than they want you to think. Is it a place to take a relaxing walk or to get drunk and throw beer bottles at trees? Neither. The rich history of these woods is a tale of drama, tragedy, heroism, and brutality. The woods, the traditional homeland of the elven clans, was encroached upon by the human kingdoms in order to make space for their expanding population. Brutal warfare ensues that lasted for nearly a year, destroying the woods. The war continued unabated until the Mages Guild was forced to end their neutrality and bring the two factions together to try and broker peace. As the two sides discussed, they struggled to find common ground, and it was only by an appeal towards the two sides' love for the woods that a truce was created. The truce declared a majority of the woods to be a neutral zone to be enjoyed by both parties, so as to allow rebuilding. Cooperation began to allow the woods to heal, but this peace would not be enjoyed for long. Beginning from disagreements over policies over what types of trees would be regrown, the elves splintered into two clans, Clan Faendal and Clan Elendal, who went on to declare themselves a distinct race from the elves, known as the Snow Elves. Now, after years of the truce, tension has finally boiled over and war once again dawns on the horizon. This is the war in Wheaton Woods.
I don't think that Prince Elendil told his warriors to attack the student. I think they were just on patrol, a little jumpy, and started slinging arrows at the first human they saw. I think the elves responsible should be held accountable, but trying to pin the blame on Elendil is just, I think, very unnecessary.
I don't think Prince Elendil's that kind of guy. He makes a big game, and he's more than happy to start a war, but he'll never lead his troops in battle. He's like his dad in that way, by sending other people to do his bidding for him. Nah, he was probably on some hill somewhere, watching the battle through a spyglass.
Prince Elendil has treated us fairly. He has not asked anything of us. He has never violated our neutrality. He has been fair. As a matter of fact, after the student was attacked by the archers, he came to Witch's Circle to ask us what had happened. He seemed like he really cared about what had happened, and he seemed like he really wanted to get to the truth of what had happened.
So you have a negative opinion of Prince Elendil? Have you seen him in person?
Nope, haven't seen him in person, don't wanna.
I think Prince Elendil is a logical elf, but is a little too willing to push boundaries to accomplish his goals.
Prince Elendil, the only surviving son of King Thalmor, is the one responsible for the end of the truce by exerting control over human travelers who attempted to create a bridge over a stream. Prince Elendil and his band of warriors brutally attacked the travelers and sent them out of the woods with the message that the truce was over. The end of the truce is what brought the situation in the woods to the attention of the few who would listen. A small group of students would follow the updates of a warlock who took to social media in order to keep the kingdom of man informed. Despite his best efforts, many still failed to care about the situation in the woods. Do you think it's possible that there could be a mage within the elven ranks? From what I know, there shouldn't be anything preventing elves from learning magic.
Elves and magic do not mix, my friend. The elves are too fucking high and mighty to rely on the arcane. All their culture allows them to use are swords and bows. It's not that they can't learn magic, it's that they won't. They heavily subscribe to the way of the blade and think that any other weapon is dishonorable.
I've never really felt any hostility from the elves, but seeing that really changed my perspective.
For a while, there was a lot of fear that the elves would try and take Witch's Circle. As a witch yourself, did you feel threatened or afraid at all by any of this?
You can just say mage. witch is the outdated term, but anyway, I was a little afraid. Yes. I had gotten so used to our neutrality that I never considered us coming under attack even a possibility. With all that Prince Allendale and his elven warriors had already been doing in the woods, I fully expected them to try and take Witch's Circle, but nothing ever came of it.
We all knew that at some point the elves would retaliate against us for standing against their advance, so we kept watch, night after night, waiting for the elven warriors to come for us.
It was something that you always hear about, but you never understand until it happens to you. This dude just walking around, just minding his own business. Not doing anything, not hurting anyone, nothing.
We fought on for an hour, but the flanks around us had collapsed and we had no choice but to disperse. Only me and Balgriff escaped from the northern front. The other two men were picked off by the elves. I lost so many friends that day. I can still picture it now. Their bodies slumped against Red Rock, made even more red with their blood. But like not literally, because, Red Rock isn't red. It's actually sort of brown. But you know what I mean? I still have nightmares about it.
The soldiers of the kingdom of men continue to dash across the board and are always surprised when they're taken out. You see, these people know only how to go in a straight line, whereas us elves, we move in diagonals.
You just fucking wait. I'm gonna eradicate the whole fucking lot of you, bro.
Okay, yeah, right. I was waiting for a counterattack, but it really hasn't come yet. We're getting kind of bored.
Yeah, it hasn't come yet. Operative word. Fuck you, bro.
For a squabble.